Today's episode is brought to you by the NBA Store. A new year brings the start of a new NBA season. Suit up with the latest gear to show your support for your team. We may be sidelined from going to the arena, but that doesn't mean you can't watch basketball from your couch in style.
We're partnering up with the NBA and Podgo to bring our listeners up to 75% off select items. Yes, you heard me correctly. Go to Podgo, that's podgo.co/NBA for up to 75% off select items from the NBA Store. The NBA, where amazing happens.
Ideals like peace, freedom, and justice, they get packed up, but we can all go home. Well, I'm not going home. I'm gonna get on my boat, and I'm going upriver, and I'm going to kick that son of a bitch Bison's ass so hard that the next Bison wannabe is gonna feel it. Now, who wants to go home, and who wants to go with me?
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 258. Before we start the show, we want to thank all of our wonderful fans who have supported us. And if you want to show support for the Rated G network, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/Rated G for Gamers. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Rated G for Gamers. And finally, please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate all the love. I'm your host, Dave Rotino, and this is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster formerly known as Classic Robinson.
What's going on, man?
Finally did it. I got myself a new phone. I am now the proud owner of a Pixel 5.
Of an iPhone? You got an iPhone? You're part of the Apple universe? Finally?
No.
You finally ditched that crappy service and phone and got a superior phone with a superior company?
Sorry. I do not pray at the altar of Tim Apple. I'm sorry.
Come on.
They are nice products. I do not like using them though.
How do you not like using like an Apple product? It just like fits like so perfectly.
I agree with you. Yes, as long as you like doing things the way Apple wants you to do them.
Yes, just do it there. Just do it their way. Just do it.
But
sometimes there is no other way.
But here's the thing. Sometimes they're wrong, and sometimes they make the wrong bet.
They're never wrong. They're never wrong.
See, there you go. That's where we differ, right? Most of the time they're like, look, this is the best user experience. This is the way it should happen. And like 75-80% of the time, boom, they hit the mark. But if there's a thing they don't want you to do, or
then you shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be doing it if they don't.
No, I want to be able to have the choice. So that's why I go to Android, which also has a nice UI and interface, but isn't restrictive. So if I want to use a third-party whatever, I can do that. If I want to sideload apps, I can do that.
No third parties. I'm a first-party guy all the way. First party. I don't want no third party knockoff Mario game like the Gianna sisters. I want Mario games.
Well, the new one that came out for the Wii U was actually pretty good. So
that actually was.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Different
Twisted Dimensions.
Good. Yeah. It actually was pretty good.
Yeah.
So. All right, that's cool. Well, okay, what phone did you actually get?
I got the Pixel 5. See, you already went into the rant about how Apple is the best. And you totally glossed over the fact that I got a Pixel 5. I like my Google phones.
So. All right, so what's the difference between the Pixel 5 and a Pixel 4? First of all, okay, I can tell you this. I don't want a phone called a Pixel.
Okay.
It just sounds so, like, small.
It's a unit of measurement for screens. That's all.
I know,
but I get it. You know, you want it to be called the megapixel because it sounds like it'd be 10,000 the amount of a regular pixel.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Do they not have a megapixel? Like, I would assume, like, like an iPhone has like the regular iPhone, and an iPhone like S, which is,
Well, they had the XL, which was the big boy version, but then they stopped doing the XL. So when they did the 4, they had the Pixel 4 and a Pixel 4a, which was the budget model, which was like the entry level, like iPhone, the XR or whatever it is, or the XS. I don't even know. Whatever the base level one, that was the Google one, and that was only like $400. This was super reasonable and really good. I thought about getting a 4A, but I got the 5 instead. The 5 has 90 hertz. Everyone's talking about 4K and 120 and this and that. This is 90, so it's gonna be nice and smooth, and it is very noticeable when I'm moving around between all the different apps and like swiping through whatever and using the UI. Like, it looks really buttery smooth, which is awesome. And it's got an upgraded camera. They have some cool new camera stuff in there, but the megapixels are higher, better sensor, better nighttime shooting. It's just really like a bump up. It's the same as the iPhones year after year. They usually stay in the same case, but you get more RAM or more storage or a better camera. Similar situation. So I'm pretty happy with it. The only thing about this phone, since it's not the XL model and there is no XL model, it is considerably smaller than my previous phone.
Oh, man.
It is a much better phone, but it is a slightly smaller phone. Yeah.
Oh, I can't stand it. I'm not gonna lie. When the iPhones,
once you go big, you can't go back, right?
Once the iPhones had the iPhone and an iPhone S, right? Mm-hmm. I was like, the S. You might as well just get an iPad. I have an iPad.
Yeah. Right. I know. Until you have it, and then you can't go back.
And then I got it, and I was like, oh God, the other phone was so small. I got to get an S. I have to get the S from now on.
Yep. So. See? And everyone was like, oh, the iPhone 4 is the best phone. And then the bigger ones come out and they're like, okay. Right, That's how it happens. You just get used to it and you're like, well, I can't go back now. So, but I have to go back.
All right. So one of my clients at work, his girlfriend snagged him a PS5.
Nice.
So
kudos.
He just got it. He has a PS5.
Congrats to the new baby boy.
And well, I don't think he's giving out cigars just yet, because at 2 a.m. he gives me a text and he says his PS5 keeps crashing.
Oh no!
He keeps trying to download PS4 games and it keeps crashing on him.
It's no good. Wow,
so
weird.
I think he probably has a defective one.
Maybe. So, yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what issue. I just sent him a laughing emoji last night. At some point after the show, I'm going to give him a call and see if maybe I can try to help him fix it. Maybe he just needs to reset it. Maybe it's a bug that can be fixed. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that would be a software issue, right? Because, unless there's like a corrupted hard drive or something, you should be able to, download your existing library. But,
well, I thought when he texts me, he says he has a big issue. First of all, at 2 a.m. I'm like, I was actually still up too. I was playing. I was still up binge watching a couple of cooking shows on Netflix. I'm just addicted to like these cooking shows on Netflix.
You watching you watching the Great British Bake Off?
No, well, yeah. Oh, I love that show.
That's a good one. That's a good show.
I love watching the British cooking shows on Netflix.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he says, oh, my PS5 has a problem. So I'm thinking he has like some type of some drift issue, right? Because that was sort of the thing that sort of just was in the news. I just found out.
Right. That,
PlayStation, all the consoles, every controller from every major developer, Nintendo, Joy-Cons, the Elite controller with the Xbox, and now the PS5 controller, the DualSense, all have like drifting issues. Jeez. This is like a common problem now.
They got to get their stuff together. Come on now.
Come on,
top tier company.
Place?
Yeah, this isn't like the Television Amico, all right? Like, this is like the cream of the crop.
Yeah. So no, he says, and he says it keeps crashing on him. So I don't know what else to do. I gotta talk to him later today.
Yeah. All right.
But I'm super excited because I saw the Mortal Kombat movie trailer.
Yeah, same. Did you watch the Russian leak or did you watch the American one?
No, I watched the American. Wait, okay. Russian leak? There's a Russian leak for the Mortal Kombat movie?
Yeah. So like that's the one that dropped first, and then like an hour later they had the English one out. So I guess somebody like hacked it and got it early or whatever. But yeah, it was like a Russian dub. So I that's the one that I saw.
You probably thought it was fake.
Yeah, I mean it's still like the effects look good. But
no,
I
I'm
don't,
just
I don't
saying
think...
if your first impression, right, is to see the movie trailer with Russian dubs, you probably thought it was a fake trailer, right? You probably thought it wasn't real because you're like,
oh, I knew. I mean,
Russian?
like I knew it was coming out, but sure, yeah. If I just kind of saw that, I'd be like, the hell is this?
Yeah,
is Putin into making movies now?
Well, is Mortal Kombat in Russia? It's being shot in Russia? No, the movie looks good. I'm trying to like reserve some of my excitement until I actually see it. I mean, it's coming out in April.
Yeah,
so.
the effects look good. I don't think the voice out because there's a bunch of no-name actors in it, right? Yeah. I don't know
any of
the
real actors. I know who Jax is. No, I take that back. I know who Jax is. I forgot his name. Mm-hmm. He was actually in a couple of soap operas.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So I actually know who Jax. I know who Jax is, but I don't know who any of the other actors are. So,
right.
No, it looked cool. I like the special effects. I'm hyped to see the movie. I mean, it looks better than Monster Hunter.
It does. Yeah. It does.
So, Sub-Zero is prominent in that movie.
Yeah, and like Scorpion before Scorpion, right? Like
I think when we get both Scorpion. We get like the Scorpion unmasked and masked Scorpion. So
yeah,
I'm super excited to see that dynamic. And I mean, I didn't want him to. I didn't really like the fact that he called out his name Sub-Zero, but whatever. Mm-hmm. I hope it's not cheesy in the movie. It's like, who are you? I'm Sub-Zero. Like,
yeah,
that was kind of cheesy.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a little bit. I think it's gonna be a little cheesy.
All right. Let's get this show on the road, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have an awesome show this week. We're going to talk all about the Nintendo Direct, the first Nintendo Direct in 2021. We're dedicating the show to it. That's all we're going to talk about later in the show. I'm excited. Some people aren't really excited, but I'm excited. All right, I really enjoyed it. Spoilers, I really enjoyed it.
I'm in that same boat, man. I'm in that same boat. People were very opinionated. They were very divided on this, but
Well, I'm gonna tell you why later in the show why that's all poppycock. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why people were really excited for it too, and they proved it with their wallets. But all right, let's begin the show with indie game spotlight of the week.
Yeah,
Dave, take it away.
It's back again. So I talked about, I think 2 weeks ago, Cyber Shadow. Right, Cyber Shadow is the indie game spotlight this week. Take a little bit of a deeper dive into the game. It is the first game that is not Shovel Knight that is published by Yacht Club Games, made by a one-man team, which we ended up meeting at Penny Arcade, which I thought was super cool, right? So we got to play the game like 2 years ago, and it looked amazing and super polished then. And the game's finally out now. There is.
I love that music, that retro style music they had in the game. I thought that was fantastic. I haven't played the game yet. So I'm relying on your opinion.
The music is definitely a strong point. I think the music and the visuals really sell you on the game. Like they get you like, okay, I feel like I'm playing an old school Nintendo ninja style game, right? And I guess like to take a step back to like looking at Cyber Shadow, and when there was some buzz around it, there was also the Messenger, and there's a lot of comparisons to that because obviously you're like a ninja who can do like double jumps, and you're kind of flying around with your little saber and like killing stuff. Like it has similar vibes to it, but it is different. It does play a little bit differently. It does feel a little bit differently. So there's like enough there to kind of like separate it from the Messenger. And I know you love the Messenger. It was like our game. It was our game of Penny Arcade 2018. We were enamored by that a lot. But Cyber Shadow is different enough where you're like, okay, I can also enjoy this game, and it doesn't feel like it's like a copycat game. And it's futuristic, right? Hence the cyber part. And it's, so like you end up playing as a cybernetic ninja, right? Not to spoil too much of the story, but you're kind of a created being, and you have to kind of like save the city that you're in, more or less. There's like a doctor who like created you, and you learn a little bit about him, and then you kind of just go off. And like the neat thing about the game is there's like I want to say there's like 8 or 9 stages in the game. And
did you beat it? Wait, did you beat it already?
No, I'm at stage 5, maybe, I think. I'm a little more than halfway through.
Okay.
But I mean, you basically see the whole entire map, but you can only get to parts of the map that you uncovered. So you know where the next areas are, but you're not able to like access them until you go through it. So it is linear in that respect. You can go back, and it's beneficial because you get different abilities. Right, so you get like, well, now I have the wall climb, or now I have the double jump, or now I have the whatever. I have the thing that can like break the like the red bricks or whatever. So you can go back and then unlock different areas of other worlds, and then you get like extra abilities, and you can upgrade your character. So that's like kind of neat. It gives you a reason to go back, and it tells you like how much you've completed of that particular area. So you always see what the percentage is. So you can go through it the first time and it'll be like 33% or 50%. And like, okay, I got to get something else to go back. And, you'll see the thing that you can't get to. And it's like, well, how do I get that? And it's like, well, you have to come back. So once you get to like stage 4, 3, 4, 5, you start getting like new abilities, and you can start jumping back, which I thought was super cool. That's like kind of neat. And then I guess the other thing that separates it from the Messenger is the save points, or like the checkpoints, I guess is the way to call it. So like throughout, like say you're on level 4, there'll be like 3 to 4 checkpoints, and there's usually always one before the boss. And every checkpoint you can unlock like the health upgrade, or the skill upgrade, or a special item, right? There's always 3 things you can unlock. So you get like credits, and you can use those credits to upgrade that checkpoint. So every time you go back to that checkpoint, you're always guaranteed to have max health or max skill or whatever the special weapon is, which is like kind of cool. And you can choose to do that or not do that, right? If you don't want to spend your credits, you just be like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to wait till the next one, right? And maybe you're like, nah, I'm going to save my credits. But they definitely give you enough credits to be able to like power up pretty much all of the checkpoints, which makes it a lot more tolerable to play the game that way. So like, I thought that was like kind of neat. So every time you die, you go back to the last checkpoint that you're at. Checkpoints are pretty good in terms of their spacing. Like, it doesn't feel like it's an unfair amount of length that you have to battle through to get to the next checkpoint. So
how's the difficulty level? Is this like a hard old school game, or is
no,
it a little bit easier?
No. Well, they have ways to make it hard. Like I said, like you can not upgrade the checkpoints. It's pretty reasonable, and you see the things that are coming up. Like there's no like cheap deaths. So you always know what the danger is in front of you. It's not like the level's just gonna like open up and here's a pit, and you couldn't see it, you didn't react fast enough. So you always know what's coming. You can always like plan your strategy out and go, okay, here's what I need to do. So it's not cheap. It is difficult, right? It's challenging, right? It's maybe like a 7 or 8 out of 10 on the challenge scale, but I never got stuck for more than like a couple minutes on an area, if that makes any sense.
No, that makes perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
Yeah. It's it's reasonable when it ramps up in a good fashion. They give you new power-ups whenever it starts feeling a little bit stale. It's like, now you can do this. And it's like, it's awesome. That's awesome.
All right, but so you played this on Xbox, right?
I did. Yeah. Because it's free with the Xbox Live, right? I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago.
No, Xbox game it's on Game Pass.
Oh, the Games Pass, I should say. Yeah, it's free on the Games Pass, right? Which is saving me $30 because, or 40 or 50 or whatever the price of the physical is, because we know it's coming out now, so I can just play it until the physical comes out, and then buy the physical, and I can have that. So yeah. It's a good get for Microsoft, for sure. Right, like you know, it's an indie game, darling. It's great. It adds a lot of value to Games Pass.
Well, I can't wait. Well, hopefully we'll get a physical. We don't know if we're going to get a physical or not. I thought that was no. There's no announcement for a physical.
Am I talking out of turn? I forget which game I'm thinking of then.
No, but you're talking about Bloodstained: Curse of the Moon 2. That's getting a physical.
That is most definitely getting a physical.
And that's coming out. That's coming out later this week.
Right.
So for limited run games, I can't wait for that.
That's right.
No, we hope that Cyber Shadow will get a physical.
It's definitely coming. It's just a matter of when.
This show is the last show of the month, so you know what that means. We have to go over notable games coming out in March. A lot of these games were announced during the Nintendo Direct, which we'll talk about later.
Mm-hmm.
But there are two games. Actually, two of these games I'm about to talk about were also in the Direct, but we already knew about them, so
right.
It wasn't a surprise. The Stubbs, the Zombie and Rebel Without a Pulse. Mm-hmm. That was the original Xbox game, right? That was like an original Xbox game that's coming out now on all platforms, including the Switch, which is why it was in the this Direct that just happened.
Made by ex Bungie, ex Halo developers.
Yeah, I don't have this game in the collection because this game is actually expensive.
I know, it's
like over $100.
Yep, it's 70 some odd dollars loose, and the reason is because it only came out for Xbox and PC, and it never had a remake, never had a whatever. So hopefully this new release will reduce the price of the OG one. But
hopefully, because I want the OG one.
I know.
I want to go with the retro game. So it's coming out PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. I'm sorry, I have to throw a little jab. If it's coming on PS4 and Xbox, if it's coming on a PlayStation platform, Xbox, and the Switch, there's no reason why it shouldn't be coming out on Stadia too. I'm sorry. Like, it should be a Stadia release as well.
Oh, agreed.
If it's coming out on everything, that is the problem with Stadia.
Yeah,
I just got to say that.
You can't like if they can't secure a game that's on every other platform, that's kind of bad news. But yeah. I mean, it's kind of bad news. Yeah.
All right. Well, the next game's coming out March 16th.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out March 26th, Monster Hunter Rise for the Switch. I thought there was a demo for this game. I was looking for it, couldn't find it on the eShop. Maybe it was a timed demo and it's no longer there. But I could have sworn people were talking about there was a demo for Monster Hunter Rise.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, you're thinking about PlayStation or no?
No. Monster Hunter Rise is a Switch exclusive.
Oh, it is. Right. What's the Monster Hunter World is the other one that I'm thinking of. Yeah,
you're thinking of Monster Hunter World, which was like the biggest selling Capcom game of like all time.
Yeah.
So, I think this is the first like original Monster Hunter game for the Switch because they had ported like a 3DS game to the Switch. Which I do have that game. Haven't played it. I'm not a big Monster Hunter fan, but I'm going to give this one a try. I might pick this up.
Wow. Why are you going back in like that? Like,
I always try to give it the college try.
I mean, they're beautiful. They look good. They play well. But it is a bit of a grind. It's kind of one of those grindy games.
Well, a game that we both hopefully should pick up and try to and play. Continue our tradition of playing these co-op games. It Takes Two.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming out. It's actually coming out on PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One, and PC the same day, March 26th.
Mm-hmm. This is from perennial all-star Joseph Ferris. The infamous interview with Jeff Keighley on
Screw the Oscars.
Yeah, well, Screw is you're putting it PG style. He had some very colorful language for the Oscars, but I like the dude. He's super passionate, and we played A Way Out to completion, which was awesome. And
I wonder if this is going to be sort of cross play, right? Like I have the PS5, you have the Xbox Series X. I wonder if we could both play it while we're on different platforms. That would be awesome. That would be
fantastic. If it was PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series SX crossplay, like you could just mix and match between those two, amazing. I suspect not, I feel like it would have to be on the same platform, either PlayStation or like Xbox.
If not, I'll just buy it for the Xbox One. And
either way,
on my Xbox One, you play it on your Series X. So, Dave, as we always try to start the show, but epically fail, what have you been playing?
Well, I am still rocking through Doom Eternal, very close to the end. Very close to the end. And that's about it. I've been a little busy as of late with a bunch of various things. And been playing some Doom Eternal. Also been playing some stuff for the upcoming Saturday Morning Retro Show, but we're going to save all that for that particular show. But Doom Eternal is the game right now. I want to beat it. And then I want to play the Ancient Gods DLC, because Ancient Gods Part 2, I believe, is like right around the corner. So I love it. I love Doom.
Wait, I thought you played that Capcom Arcade Stadium, right? That came out for free.
I did get to play that a little bit. I forgot about that because it was a weird experience, Dan. Thank you for reminding me.
No, sorry, because I played it too. I mean, when you told me about it last night, I played it too. I downloaded it, and I played 1942. Was it 1942?
43, I think 43. Yeah, they made a bunch of them. 42, 43. Yeah, but it's the it's the plain shooter top down. Okay. So let me go ahead and ask you: did you feel it was a little bit weird the way the presentation was?
I'm on a handheld screen.
Yes,
playing it on an small arcade screen.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a little weird, but I like the whole drop the coin in, right? Drop the quarter in.
Oh yeah, so like
cool.
They give you the whole arcade experience, right? There's all these candy cab machines that are like lined up in a row, and you keep going through them left and right. And when you play, in this case, 1943 or any game, you can look to the left and look to the right and see the next machine, which is like kind of neat. But,
I think it would be cool, like if you put the quarter in and it zooms in. And then it becomes like sort of full screen. I think that would have been a little bit better.
Right.
Or maybe just bars on the edge, right? Something like that, because weren't in full screen.
So like give you the option, yeah, because it's got a perspective on there, right? It's like you're looking over the arcade machine. Yeah. So you can see like the top of the machine, you can see the sides of the machine, and it's like kind of like angled a little bit into the distance, like it's got a vanishing point. By having the option would have been nice, even like for those like shooter type games to be able to play in like the vertical mode, the like Tate mode. That'd be like fantastic if they could find a way to do that. But sadly not. So I wonder how the other games are. I wonder how like Ghouls and Ghosts is.
Well, Ghouls and Ghosts is free. However, I don't think it's playable until the Ghouls and Ghosts remake comes out, because I download. I got it. I redeemed it for free, but it's actually not playable. Yeah. So I think it's not playable because I think it's only free when the remake or the remake or remastered comes out.
Right. So we'll have to see. Yeah, I'm not down to buy anything else yet until I see how they present it. But I feel like it's going to be like 1943, which is going to be a little bit weird. But
all right. Well, I played that too. I finished Uncharted 4 a second time on the PS5.
Hey, this guy who doesn't play games a second time is playing a game a second time.
Listen, because it's not that. I'm dying for a new experience in the PS5. I just bought Hitman 3 and the Pathless from Amazon, so that's not going to come. I won't have it until the middle of next week.
Right,
so I can talk. Hopefully, I can talk about that next week.
Have you played the first two Hitman?
I played the first one. I didn't play the second one. I own the second one. Thank you for the heads up on the special edition at GameStop.
We got that big old briefcase for like half price.
Less than half price. We got it for like $40.
Yeah, that's like that's a little bit of a pro tip right there for anybody who's shopping, especially GameStop, because the stores aren't that big and they have the shelves that are like way high up. Keep an eye out, because they always have excess stuff up there, especially after the holidays, right? And you can see, and you look for the clearance stickers, right? Because a lot of the times that stuff doesn't sell, right? Like they get a little bit of hype, or maybe it turns out to be like Rage 2, and nobody wants the Rage 2 special edition with the weird boomerang. So you can kind of get those sometimes, like in the case of Hitman 2.
Well, except for me, I bought it brand new with
You
the
bought
boomerang.
the Rage 2 brand new with the boomerang. Well,
I brought the Rage 2 with the boomerang.
my condolences, Dan.
The boomerang's still in the plastic in the box.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. So, and I also beat Super Mario World, or Super Mario 3D World. I think the game is fantastic. It is hard once you get to the Bowser levels.
Right.
The platforming is hard as I want to curse so bad. That's how hard it is.
I mean, you can, Dan. Let it out.
Well, the special remember on the original, if you lost a couple of times, like a handful of times, they gave you like the special Tanuki suit.
They gave you the white Tanuki suit, yeah. Which you were invincible, right? You couldn't die.
Invincible to enemies. You're not invincible to falling off the platform into lava.
Well, sure.
Screen. You should die. So it was useless to me. So I had no reason to take it. Okay, I kept dying on this one particular because the block is moving down the lava.
Yep.
But it'll move. It's a rectangle though, so is it going to move like this way, and then it's going to move that way, and then you have to stay in tune with it, right? And then they keep dropping monsters or Goombas on there. So just the platforming part could be sort of difficult.
Sure.
When you actually get to Bowser, he's pretty easy, but getting to him is the difficult part.
Right.
Good thing I racked up a bunch of coins and lives
Nice.
as I was going through.
Stocking them up, baby. Stocking them up.
I only played about an hour of Bowser's Fury. I kind of like it. I definitely want to play more. I think this could be a look at what they may want to do with Mario in the future, because it's like a Mario game, an open world Mario game, right? There's no hub world or anything like that. This is a section where you have to get the cat star, right? And you got to get 5 of them so you can unlock the huge Mario cat where you go after, where you could actually fight Bowser.
Right. The Giga Cat Mario, I think.
Yeah. So this could be a look at what we're gonna do in the future. Maybe a Mario Odyssey 2, or maybe another Mario spin-off game, right?
Sure. Everything's interconnected. There's no loading screens, right? You just go from one area to another.
Yeah. So I was jumping from one area. I got the Star Cat, and then I saw the Star Cat below me on the right hand side, and I just jumped down and got the Star Cat, and I didn't have to go through the whole course. But each course has like a special cat coin that you have to collect 5 of them.
Okay.
I sort of didn't collect any of those. I don't know I don't know what sort of special bonuses I get for getting those things.
Yeah, you do get something. I don't know if it's worthwhile, but they do give you something.
But I like the fact that you can, because it's open world, you can stock up on your power-ups, right? So you know how you're in Mario game and you already have have a Tanuki suit. You have a Tanuki suit or a mushroom already, saved, and you're already big with a Tanuki suit. You can just stock them up. You can have 3 Tanuki suits ready to go, or 3 cat suits ready to go.
Nice.
Right? And you can pick which one you want to use. So
feels a lot like Mario 3, Dan.
Huh?
Feels a lot like Mario 3. It's where they birthed the whole inventory system where you can hold stuff.
A little bit. I can say it. I'll give you that. I
mean, it is. It is.
Yeah, they should have used that in other Mario games. I'm sorry.
All right.
So,
all right.
But no, I like the game and I recommend picking it up.
Okay.
Definitely pick it up. I will say this: the biggest difference for me with this game and the original Wii U game, on the original Wii U game, if you have Captain Toad, you can play special Super Mario 3D World levels.
That's right.
Right? That's gone now. Those levels are gone.
Oh, they took them out.
They took them out. So I tried to do it. I had my save on my Switch, and I put Captain Toad in, and those levels aren't there. And they changed the ending too, because the ending sort of, you see, I forgot what happens in the original ending, but in this ending you see Mario Odyssey hat fly out at the end.
Oh, nice little nod.
So they tied it all in with Mario Odyssey.
Okay. So I know we talked about GameStop for a brief period, but I do want to bring up a gamer grief involving GameStop, and this happened today for me. I bought a bunch of games Yeah, I got a nice stack of games. Some of them I got from GameStop. And granted, they were all $1, right? Because they had them at the front, and they wanted to get rid of them. And I said, all right, I'll take that because that's sealed, and I'll take that because that's a good game, and I'll take that, and that's a good game. And one of the games, Evolve, all right, the game that was super, super, super hyped up and did terrible because the gameplay was bad, right, is one of those asymmetrical shooters where there's one giant demon kaiju thing and 4 humans, right?
Oh, like Jason, right? It's like Friday the 13th.
100% just like Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
and
I have the special edition for the PS4.
Yeah.
I played as the monster, and the game I couldn't do more than like 2 or 3 playthroughs. It was just
Yeah, not a great game, but I have it sealed, so I was happy about that. And the sticker on the back, right? Because it's like it's a cardboard little sleeve, right? And then they slap the sticker on the back, right? The problem is the residue, right? Because I don't know how long this copy was sitting around. Thankfully, there was only like 2 stickers on it. Sometimes there's like 10 because they don't pull the old sticker off. And sometimes you put a sticker and then another sticker and then another sticker, and they all dry up and they get stuck to it. And when you try and pull them off, it's a nightmare. And compare that to and I know Best Buy is a different type of store, but compare that to how Best Buy does it. Best Buy has little digital signposts that they can update, I think, via Wi-Fi or whatever, via their system, right? The little pricier things, I think, is what they are. And it'll just update with whatever the current price is. It's genius. And they don't have to muck these things up, right? You could do it with the pre-owned stuff, right? Put it next to it, put a little price, a little digital price sign there. You know how much the game is. It would make these a lot more attractive. I'm just saying. If they want to move some product, and they have a lot of pre-owned product, don't put your damn stickers on the games.
How about this? You just take the sleeve and throw it out.
No, that's not the point, Dan. The sleeve is part of the special edition. If I do that, it's the regular edition now. I want the gold embossed thing. Come on.
You can just throw the sleeve out, You don't need the sleeve.
Oh, my God, Dan.
You know what's in the back of that.
Yeah, gunk. There's gunk on the back of this. That's what's on the back of it. It's terrible. It's a bad experience. They have to find a better way, or at least use labels that peel off better, right? They got to do something. Anyway.
Okay.
Well, I'm angry,
we take a break, and when we come back, we'll get into the first Nintendo Direct of 2021.
This is Justin from the Lit Gaming Arena podcast, and you're listening to Rated G for Gamers.
And we're back. Let's talk about Nintendo's first full Direct in 2021. Actually, this is the first full Direct we've had in almost a year and a half, right? I think the last one we had was in 2019.
Yeah, we had a lot of partner Directs over the last year or so. There was a lot of minis. Yeah.
It was like little mini Directs, and then I think we had a Super Mario Direct, but that wasn't like a full Direct.
Right. That was like, here's the 35th anniversary. Here's the little celebration we're doing. Yeah. Yeah.
And we didn't even have time to stew on this. Like, it came out and it was like, it's happening in like a day or two.
Yeah.
So
yeah. They stealth dropped it pretty much.
It was 50 minutes long. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to lie. Everyone thought we were going to get like big announcements. I didn't think we would get anything super big because they did say only things are coming out in the first half of 2021.
Yep.
Right. So there's no holiday 2021.
Right.
So that's when you're going to put out your heavy hitters.
It's conspicuously up until the time of E3, right?
Well,
that's all the stuff.
Summer.
The summer, yeah, right.
Yeah,
and we know a lot of the big announcements for the fall and the winter and Christmas time happened during that period. So yeah.
So all right, let's just jump into it. They started off with something I thought would be Xenoblade Chronicles like 3 or another expansion pack for Xenoblade Chronicles, because they had Rex and he was looking for Pyra. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the characters. I'm not a big Xenoblade fan. I did play a good 2 hours of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on the Switch because it came out in December of 2019. Right? It came out in December. I think it came out in December.
Yeah.
It was the only thing to play at the time.
Yeah. I still have yet to play 2, funny enough. I have played Chronicles X on the 3DS for a little bit. So yeah. I'm a little green on these characters as well.
So Pyra, right? So if anybody was going to be in Smash, I would think it would be Rex, who was like one of the main characters.
He's the main character. Yeah,
and apparently, Pyra got an invitation to Smash, and we have another sword character in Smash. Right? And then, Pyra, when she powers up, like, she can turn into, was it Mithra? So we're getting Pyra and Mithra, both characters in Smash. I thought maybe Mithra would be an Echo fighter, but apparently it's 2 separate fighters. I think they're coming in as 2 separate fighters.
Is that true, or can you just switch between them on the fly?
I think they're 2 separate characters. I got to be honest.
That'd be interesting, because it to me it looked like from the gameplay footage that you could like swap on the fly between the fire woman and the electric woman or the lightning woman. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is 2 separate fighters.
Well, that would be awesome, because then we still get what. We have like 4 more fighters left, right? So if
2 or 3,
if you can switch between them, then that would leave room for another, somebody that would leave room for another Final Fantasy character to come and play
something. Well, you know what the thing of it is? You know what the thing of it is that really kind of like...
You can bring all the sword characters over. Come on.
Oh, God, no. We have way too many sword characters, right? And you know what? Like, I'm not going to poo-poo any of the new, like, you want to put Steve from Minecraft in there. All right, that's cool. At least it's a new property, right? It's something different, right? You can play as Enderman. You can play as Steve. You can play as the...
He has a sword. But he have a sword.
He has a sword, too, right? But, I mean, like... If you're gonna make close range weapon based fighters, right, that aren't grapplers or whatever, or aren't like range fighters, there are other weapons than swords. That's all I'm saying, right? Get a guy with a hammer, get a guy with a great axe. I don't know, polearm, right? There are other heroes out there that have different weapons. I mean, my God, Shovel Knight has a shovel. Get Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight, I think, is
he's a little award trophy. Yeah, he's an award trophy and like a one of those like spirits or whatever.
Yeah, it's a there we go, spirit. Shovel Knight's a spirit.
Sure,
Shovel Knight should be a main character himself.
100%, right? Like Yacht Club would be like, yep, but for some reason they won't do it. So
Waluigi should be a character.
Oh my God, yes.
If Wario is in it, why can't Waluigi?
I know, but that's like forever the joke. Sakurai's never going to give up on that. Waluigi can never be a character.
I'm not gonna lie, as the last Smash character should be just be
Waluigi to like close it out. That would be fantastic.
Because everybody would be happy.
People would go nuts over it. Maybe that is his end game, because I think this is the last set of DLC fighters. I think the season 3 thing is the last, if I'm not mistaken.
I hope so.
That would be the play.
Well, you know what I want? I want this to be the last one, and then after that, just come out with the definitive edition of Smash with all the characters unlocked.
Oh, right. Yeah. You can get it in one giant bundle. That's all on the same cartridge. I was going to say disc, but it's not on a disc. Yeah.
All right. So they start out with Smash character. A little underwhelming. Didn't do it for me. Not going to lie. Then we got something else that didn't really do it for me. Fall Guys was announced.
Yeah.
For this summer 2021. It's also coming out on Xbox. Xbox also put that out, so it's coming out on console. I think it's already out on the PlayStation, right?
It is, yeah. It's been out on PlayStation and PC for, almost I think a year by now.
Okay.
And they've had a bunch of updates. Like they're really supporting the game. They're listening to community feedback. So.
All right, so the exclusivity is over. So now it's coming to Nintendo and Xbox.
Right. This is big because Fall Guys is free to play, so you can just download it, play the game, and I believe it's going to have cross compatibility, which is also great.
Is there chat in Fall Guys?
There is voice chat via standard methods. Yeah. So like PlayStation has the voice chat via the headset, but it's. Actually, I don't think there's in-game voice chat. Maybe there is. Actually, I'm not sure about that because whenever I end up playing, we always just do the voice chat outside of the game because the in-game voice chat is stupid.
Well, then you'll be right at home and playing it on the Switch.
Yeah,
right at home.
You don't really need it. You don't really need it. And being in a group doesn't really get you anything other than you can spectate on what your friends are doing. Like, it's just kind of fun to root for somebody you know, but it's the same experience. You can still watch it after you die, if you die. Yeah, so.
Next game coming out this summer is Outer Wilds. It's coming to the Switch. Now, I actually just picked this up on the PS4, which, it's going to be on a Saturday morning retro. Spoilers, is going to be one of my pickups on Saturday morning retro show, episode 10. Coming out this Saturday, but
next Saturday, I think.
Well, yeah, when this show comes out, it'll be this Saturday.
It'll be that Saturday.
Yeah. So Outer Wilds always got not to be confused with Outer Worlds because they both came out around the same time.
I had that confusion for a while. Yeah, I think everybody did.
I honestly didn't know much about this game. I know people were trying to nominate it for game. I mean, I think a couple of the guys at IGN nominated it for Game of the Year, their personal Game of the Year. It wasn't on my radar. It was something I said I'll check out, but after looking at the trailer on the direct, I said, you know what? I definitely want to play this. This is the game for me. This is a game that I would probably be super interested in. Right? Sort of first person exploration, trying to solve things.
And I think you have like a limited time to save the world.
It's like a loop, right?
Yeah.
It's like a loop where it ends and then you have to come back and you have everything that you already sort of solved prior to that, right? That lead you in the next direction of where you need to go and what you need to solve.
So it's a little like a roguelike in that it's die repeat.
Groundhog Day in space.
Yeah, but you get to save some of your accomplishments through the next round.
It's just like the PlayStation 5 exclusive Returnal.
Oh yeah.
Right?
It's an interesting concept. I kind of dig games that do stuff like that in like interesting ways, and I think I need to pick this game up too. I think you're right. I may wait for the Switch version.
Okay. Well, hopefully they put out a physical edition on the Switch.
Yeah, I know.
Sadly, we're gonna keep asking that nowadays, right?
You have to.
Something that I think they confirmed is only going to be digital, and that's going to be the two Famicom Detective Club games, The Missing Heir and The Girl Who Stands Behind. So, question for you, because I don't know anything about these games. These were stuck in Japan for the longest time. Are these actually games that were on the Famicom?
Dan, I could not tell you. I have never heard of these games before. I think it may just be a nod to the Famicom, if I'm not mistaken. But I could also see these games being from that Famicom era, so I don't know. I've never heard of them before.
I mean, they're just sort of like Telltale games, right? Like they're just novel based.
Sure, I think it's like a visual novel type thing, and then you can make some choices which will like determine where the game goes. This is definitely not for me. I know some people will be into this for sure. Probably one of the weaker announcements. If you want my opinion on it, this was definitely near the bottom. I'm like, okay, I'm glad they're putting out new stuff, right? These are obviously new games that are unique to the Switch, which is good, right? It's new content. It's a game that isn't necessarily a Western style game, right? So it's kind of got that Eastern style to it, right? It's very much a Japanese game, and there are some people that dig it.
Surprised that they localized it. I mean, that's coming out.
It's weird. It's weird the decisions that they make sometimes. Like there's games that everybody wants that they never put out, And then there's stuff like this, which, maybe there was maybe there's a huge fan base for it.
Like, who's asking for Famicom
exactly.
Detective Club?
I don't know.
But I will say, I'll tell you this, right? Mm-hmm. We don't have the 3DS, right? Now it's like it's not the handheld and the home console. It's all in one. So we're going to get a lot of things that probably they would have localized and put on the 3DS or their handheld system, right? This is prime example of we're just going to get everything on the Switch now.
Right, because so there is no dedicated handheld console. Sure.
Yeah, 100%. If the 3DS was new or if there was a dedicated just handheld, this would have been on it. So
right. Yeah,
I think that's why. They should have sort of mixed it up a little where, like all the stuff that sort of would be handheld, have it like in a section or maybe make it like a different type of direct. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just thinking out the box.
Right.
But we got a brand new game coming out during the summer of 2021. That's Samurai Warriors 5.
Uh-huh. Hey, here's your new Muso game, Dan.
I don't like the story of Samurai Warriors as much as I did Hyrule Warriors.
I mean, fair. I think theming Samurai has a big part to it.
Warrior, it was not a fan of the actual stories behind them. So
fair enough. Which is probably the same reason why you didn't pick up Fire Emblem Warriors.
I don't even know the story of Fire Emblem.
Exactly.
I have the Fire Emblem Warriors. It's still sealed. I haven't opened it.
Exactly. See, you're not crazy about it. So, and I get that. I get that.
I don't know the story. I don't know the story.
I don't know why I personally don't know why the story matters in a game where you're just massing X. Right? It's just fun to kill a ton of dudes, and as long as the effects are good, like I'm sold.
Because
right?
It can get boring after a while. I mean, look, Age of Calamity.
It's gonna get boring regardless. I don't know. For me, the story's not gonna carry me through.
No. Listen, I'm telling you, go buy Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
Oh, no. Trust me. It's on my radar. I know it's good. Like, I like the first one, but I don't know.
Go buy that game. Because that will give you a new appreciation for that'll give you sort of like a new appreciation for Muso style games.
Sure.
Where you're like, oh, okay.
Sure.
Trust me. Play Hyrule Warriors.
All right.
Then they announced Legend of Mana, the remastered, coming out June 24th. Mm-hmm. Now, again, I thought this game was on the Super Nintendo. Like, I don't know anything about the Mana games. I'm a big RPG fan.
You and a lot of people on the internet. Yep. And it did. I haven't played this game since it came out in 2000, I think, or 99. I think it was 2000 actually. And I didn't think the visuals were that pixelated, but when I saw the video, it was like, oh yeah, these are definitely dated. And that was like the updated remastered version. So they added a fresh coat of paint on there. It's most definitely part of the Mana series. Secret of Mana was the first one, obviously. Well, actually, I think there was one before that in Japan, but that's a whole other thing. It's an interesting game. I don't know if you know much about the way the game is played.
No, but I think you can like move the towns around in different parts of the map. Like, right?
Well, you build the game world. So you start off with like let's say like a wooden wheel. That'll be a trinket, and the wooden wheel equates to like the opening town. So you put down the opening town, and you can put it where you want on like the grid. And then when you're in town, you'll get I don't know, like a pot of soup, and that symbolizes like a dungeon or whatever. And you can put that next to the opening town. And depending on where you place things, you'll get different effects and benefits, right? Because there's like elements involved. So every new type of land is a different type of element. So if you put fire next to fire, you'll get like a fire bonus or something like that. It's kind of interesting. Like there's that beyond it being an action RPG. So yeah, it did some interesting things. Graphics I thought were cool for the time. Sound was good. I'm glad they're remastering it. Very excited for this.
Well, you can turn the enemy encounters off as well,
which is weird. Yeah, so you could like just play the story, which is weird.
Well, That would be up my alley. And this is an action RPG, right? If I'm not mistaken. So that seems like something that's more up my alley too.
Yeah. I forget how strong the story was, but it's interesting that they added that for sure. Yeah.
All right. So we got that. We got a new trailer for Monster Hunter Rise. Coming out March 26th, and we got to see the Pro Controller that's going to come out with it, and the special edition Switch console that people thought was only going to be a Japanese exclusive is now coming to the West as well.
Are you going to get any of these things? The game, the console, the controller?
I'm going to get the game. I'm probably not going to get the Pro Controller.
Okay.
I don't. I already have like 3 Pro Controllers. I don't need another one.
Right? All right. Yeah. So,
we got a brand new Mario game. Mario Golf. It's Mario Golf Super Rush coming out June 25th. I surprisingly was all about this because they had like a rush mode where everyone's playing on the tee at the same time and you get to rush to the ball.
It was speed golf. I thought that was super cool too. Yeah. I hope it's
power ups to use so you can be faster than everybody else. I wonder if I get the flower and I could throw fireballs at everybody.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And I can hit you with my tail to trip you as I run to the ball.
Yep.
I wonder if I could do that. Would be
awesome. That's a nice, unique, new way to play golf, right? And I hopefully it does a lot better than Mario Tennis Aces, because man, did I not enjoy that game. But this looks.
Why do you? I thought the game was okay. I didn't think it was the best game, but
exactly.
What did you like about it?
Exactly, the game was okay. It just Just
what didn't you like about it?
It was I don't know. It just wasn't that great. Nothing really hit for me on it. And I think a lot of people felt that way. I don't think anyone was like, this is the new Mario Kart type situation. It was just another tennis game. There was nothing in it that was really anything unique to me. A bunch of new characters, sure. You got an overworld, story mode, sure. It's tennis at the end of the day, It's not the most exciting sport, I guess. Not to say that golf is, right? But at least they have this like Super Rush mode, which I think is kind of neat. Like that, I can kind of get behind.
Then we talked about Tales from the Borderlands coming March 24th. Mm-hmm. Now, this is being republished, by Gearbox and 2K. Mm-hmm. And it's coming out. It looks like it's coming out everywhere because PlayStation actually had it on the PlayStation YouTube channel. They had a trailer for it.
Oh yeah.
I got to tell you, one of the best Telltale games. So you're gonna play. It's right. It's not better than the first season of Walking Dead.
Okay.
But it's probably the second or third best Telltale game.
Wow. Okay. So like top three, Walking Dead, this one, and then what's the third one? Walking Dead is definitely
number one.
Okay.
And this is number, I would say, number 2 or number 3. 100%.
Okay. Then what's the other one in the mix? If you had to choose, is it the Batman one? Is it a Homestar Runner?
Batman Season 1.
Batman Season 1. Okay.
Batman Season 1 was pretty good too.
Yeah. Nice.
I really like that. Oh, and Minecraft Season 1.
Yeah.
Season 2 not so much. I didn't even finish it. The story wasn't as interesting. But Season 1, man, they did a lot of. Man, what was the one with the Fable? With all the Fable ones, all the Fable.
The werewolf one.
The Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, that's it. Wolf Among Us.
That was fantastic. Mm-hmm. That was fantastic.
I heard good things about that. Yeah.
Wolf Among Us number 2 on the list. That was fantastic. Can't believe I forgot about it.
Well, there you go.
Then we got a trailer for No More Heroes 3 coming out on August 27th. Mm-hmm. That looked cool. Now you do have to do some grinding before you get into the boss battles, and that's where all the little mini games come into play.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully they're fun and not repetitive.
Not tedious.
Yeah. That could make or break the game for sure.
Did you like the No More Heroes series on the Wii?
Oh sure. Like everything kind of hit for me. I like the art style. The humor was there. The action holds up. I think it's a pretty solid. I would say it's not for everybody. It is a unique experience in like a couple of ways. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Did you play that No More Heroes sort of spin-off game that
Travis Strikes Again?
Travis Strike. Yeah. Did you play that?
I own it. I have yet to play it. I mean, it's just a collection of mini games essentially, right? It's like 6 little adventures.
It was lackluster.
Yeah.
It was lackluster. I didn't like it. I honestly didn't like it at all.
Yeah. Did you like the other No More Heroes games, or?
I only played part 2. I didn't play the first one.
Okay.
And, I mean, and I've only put a couple of hours into the second one. Mm-hmm. I popped it in my Wii U a couple of years ago.
Right.
I need to go back and finish that, but because No More Heroes 3 is coming out, I decided not to. I just wait for the third one to come out.
You want to play the latest and greatest.
So, and then they had a weird trailer for a game that was like Doom in Heaven, right? It's called Neon White, and it's coming out in the winter of 2021, winter of this year. Mm-hmm. It was sort of like a card first person shooter in heaven, killing demons. It was weird, interesting take on the first person shooting genre using cards. Yeah.
Like I guess you pick them up as you're like kind of running through the level, and then you can use them to get like bonuses. And you're kind of like, it felt a little Mirror's Edge-ish, right? Because you're moving really quick and jumping from building to building and flying around, and you have to keep hitting your targets and keep. It seems like they want you to keep moving. Like it's very like fast paced, like Doom kind of speed. But yeah, I mean, I think it's the only game where you're a demon that goes to heaven to like kill people. Because like apparently people weren't supposed to get in or something, I think is the conceit.
Well, you're playing Doom and it's dark and gritty, right?
Sure.
This is neon white. It's bright, super bright and airy and colorful, and all about killing demons in heaven. I think it's just weird with the card system. I don't know how I would like that, where the card system would determine how you decapitate someone, the weapon that you use.
Yeah, they give you different abilities and power ups. Yeah, it seems kind of cool. I'll definitely give it a whirl.
Then we had another weird game that came right after that, which is weird in itself that it followed it. DC Superhero Girls Team Power coming out June 4th. Mm-hmm. I legit thought that this was sort of like Retro City Girls, right? The game the limited run put out. I thought this was like Retro City Girls with just all the female superheroes themed.
That would have been awesome if we had to beat them up with DC superheroes / villains. Yeah.
But this seemed to be more geared towards anybody that's 10 or younger.
Yeah.
There's more cartoony, this is a kid's game. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I'm fine with that. You know why? Because games are for everyone, all ages.
That's 100% right. Yeah.
It was just a little weird that it came after Neon White.
I mean, it's kind of hard to follow that, right?
I would say games like this that maybe you have a separate sort of like kids direct and make it, even call it like a kids direct, games geared towards that audience, and they can watch it, right? And maybe keep games that are for teen or mature, separate than that, right? Because Neon White definitely is not. Neon White not E for everyone. That's gonna be rated T or M for mature. So if you're 10 and younger, you're not gonna be able to play that. That's why it's a little weird that it's in the same direct.
I think it's just hard to parse that out, because like looking at the list, I don't know if there's enough E for everyone games that you could make a separate direct for. That it would be, and it may be a little bit. Maybe a little bit uneven in terms of the heavy hitters, right? Because like Fall Guys, I think would fall into a thing that would go with DC Superhero Girls, because it's like, it's a candy coated fun little game where you like compete in these little challenges. But I love the game, right? And it's a game that anybody can play, kids and adults, So I don't know.
Listen, you put Fall Guys. You take Fall Guys, you put DC Superhero Girls, and you take the I don't know, maybe the Outer Wilds. Is it something you would do? Legend of Mana remastered. You put that into a little direct right there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. They mentioned Plants vs. Zombies, the complete edition, coming out in March 19th. Mm-hmm. There's a physical for this. I like my complete edition. Get all the DLC and you can play it whenever you want. And you always have it.
Right.
When servers go down, you have it all locked in the cart.
As long as you don't have to log in to verify your purchase.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a thing that goes down, which is annoying as hell.
Speaking of games that came out on the 3DS, coming out now on the Switch, Utopia, coming out May 21st.
Yeah.
I actually own this for the 3DS. This came out for the 3DS when the Switch just came out. So,
Yeah, it did.
Sort of a social RPG. I always wanted to play it because you get to play as, I think you can make like Miyamoto and Iwata and Reggie have characters in the game. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was like the big thing.
Sure.
Because, I think they had just stopped Miiverse, or if not, Miiverse was still a thing, and you put your Mii character inside of it.
Yeah, they did have some integration with that. I honestly didn't think it was much of a game at all. That was my thing. It just didn't seem like there was much of a game there. Like, yes, there is gameplay elements. You do play the game. It didn't seem like there was enough to get me into it. So, someone will be excited for it, but
And then you have Super Mario themed Animal Crossing for free, coming out February 25th.
Yeah.
Now, I know people are going to start making their own Mario levels on their Animal Crossing island.
Of course.
The best part is you can put the warp pipes all around, and you can just warp to different parts of the island. That was awesome. I wonder if I can put it in my house. I can have a warp pipe in my house, and I can take it straight to Tom Nook's office.
I bet you.
That would be cool.
Well,
I hope we can do that.
I think he may have something to say if you want to put it in his inside his house.
Office? Yeah, put it right outside the house. Put it right outside his office. Put it right outside his office. And then something that, not for me, but as soon as I saw it, I said, this is a Dave game. This is something that I know he's going to want to talk about, because I definitely...
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It is very much a me game.
It's called working title, Project Triangle Strategy.
Yeah.
A tactical RPG.
Yeah. You want the winner of the dumbest name for any game ever? It's Project Triangle.
Well, look,
Project Triangle Strategy.
Wasn't it? Well, okay. First of all, it's a Square game, right?
Yes.
Who made Octopath Traveler, which, to be fair, was called Project Octopath.
It was Project Octopath. Yeah.
Yeah. So
which is it's definitely using the same visual aesthetics. I can only assume it's the same game engine, and I think it's in the same game world. This is following sort of the path of Final Fantasy Tactics. It's 100% Final Fantasy Tactics style game. It's good. I played the demo. I was actually playing it today, and it's did
it actually for feedback, right? Because they did that with the Octopath Traveler.
I don't. Feedback. If they are trying to solicit feedback, I haven't seen an option to give feedback yet. It's fine. It's good. It's the characters are sprite based, but you play in a 3D field. Did
you like Octopath Traveler?
No, I did not.
And it was called Octopath because I think like all the characters, it was like the first letter of their names that all spelled Octopath.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, there's also 8 main heroes, which is the Octo. So there's eight. That's what I was thinking. So there's like Octo. 8 paths. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
it was a play. Yeah, it was. That game had a lot of issues.
So this just means there's going to be something that's a triangle that you have to strategically find for triangle strategy. Possibly.
I don't know. They should have just called it like Octopath Strategy or something. Octopath Tactics. Strategy. Oh, Octopath Tactics would be the one.
It's going to be Octopath Triangle.
Yeah, I was struggling when I was playing it because they have a lot of story up front to get you into it, and you have to sit through a lot of dialogue and hear a bunch of characters, and you're like, what the hell is going on? I don't know who these people are.
I'm out.
It has a
demo.
It has a big story. It has a big story.
I'm out. I'm done.
Well, you're not going to like the gameplay, I can tell you that, because it's very strategy based. You got to position your characters in the right spots. You want the high ground. It's a bunch of that stuff.
Out. I tap out. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to delete the demo now.
I just the thing that I was going to say is that I don't know. I forget all of the towns and the different societies that are in Octopath. So they info dumped you a ton of like, here is this warring faction and this warring faction in this town and this town. And I'm like, they sound vaguely familiar, like they're from Octopath Traveler, but I forget because I haven't played that game in a while. So maybe it's in the same world. I think it is, but I'm unsure.
Well, a game that I'm unsure about, and I think everybody's unsure about. We didn't see any gameplay of it at all.
We got a logo, Dan.
We got a logo. You know, I love the logos.
Yeah,
we got Metroid Prime 4 logo. We got.
Well, like 4 years ago, we did.
I know. We got Star Wars Hunters.
Mm-hmm.
We got a logo for it's gonna be like a free to play first person shooter.
Yep.
For the Switch.
It's Star Wars Fortnite for sure.
It's probably coming out on other consoles. I haven't seen a trailer. No one's dropped it, or at least I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it's Switch exclusive. Right?
No.
For a big name like Star Wars, you would think they want to put it on everything as possible.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Do some crossplay. But the story or whatever story elements they have will be between episode 6 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
So it's supposed to come out later this year. So hopefully we'll hear more about this. But Star Wars getting in the mix with the free-to-play first-person shooters. Right?
Yeah. Right.
Another thing that's going to be a multiplayer game, Knockout City, coming out May 21st. This is like Dodgeball meets like Twisted Metal, right? Or Destruction Derby All-Stars. That's a PS5 exclusive right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big fan. Yeah, not a big fan of that.
Well, it's online multiplayer, right? Like they may have bots for single player stuff, but
yeah, no. I mean, it looks cool, and you know, this is again not my jam, but if it looks cool. If people enjoy it, I mean, I think maybe the aesthetic, right? Because it looks like you're in a city setting, right? And you're just running around the city. Maybe something. I'll give it a try. I wonder if you can ride like cars to the destination, to the goal, where you have to spike the.
That'd be kind of cool, right? Because you want to get some extra mobility, right? Hop on a motorbike or something. Yeah. I could see that.
All right. Then after that, they weren't playing. Now we got some heavy hitters coming. Okay. Now we got. After a while, my interest was sort of waned, but this is when they got me back. They announced Hades. It's getting a physical edition, March 19th.
Yep. Literal fire. They were spitting literal fire. They said Hades physical edition. And soon, no less. Like, it's coming out. It is not being put out by a limited run or IM 8-bit or special reserve games. It is coming out. I don't know if Nintendo is publishing it directly, but it's going to get a retail release. That's
awesome.
Solid. That's
hopefully,
solid. We don't have to wait.
Hopefully, Dave won't get it from GameStop and they won't put a sticker on it.
You know? It would be fine because it would be sealed.
That's true.
It's okay. It'd be around the plastic wrap. It's going to get pulled off anyway.
You know what they're going to do? It's going to be
they're going to have the on-the-shelf copy? The last copy?
The only copy is going to be on a shelf. It's going to have a sticker on it. Yeah. You're just going to have to suck it up.
Well, it'd be a little bit better because it would be a fresh sticker. And the fresh stickers come off easily. It's the ones that have been there for a while. That's the problem.
You know what else sucks? It's when they when it's a brand new on the shelf game, which is sort of an oxymoron, but whatever.
Yeah.
And they have to they take the game out of the drawer and put it in the box. They have to put a clear sticker on it. So if it's broken, then it's you don't get the full price of the return because you already opened it.
Yep.
However. It's a bitch to get that sticker off without ripping the plastic on the case.
They have to come up with a better way.
So there you go. I listen. That is a game of grief for me.
Well, there you go.
When I got the 2 Ori games for the Switch, they were both on the shelf.
They were the last copies.
New games. Yeah. And I had to sit here and peel and actually got a dent into the plastic. I don't even want to have a dent in the plastic. I try to keep it as pristine as possible.
It's like you got to get in there with like your little precision tools to you have to do surgery on it to make it out alive.
The best way I got, besides running hot water and letting steam hit it.
Sure.
Take scissors, cut it, and when it has a little indent in the case, right? When you want to open the case, cut the sticker from there and peel it off slowly on each side.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
little pro tip.
Yeah.
They announced, this was the best kept secret because this didn't leak at all. Ninja Gaiden Master Collection coming out June 10th.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Sigma 1,
It's
Sigma
complete.
2, and Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. So you get all the DLC, you get all the special perks from it. Now, the question is, are we going to get a physical edition of this? I hope so, because then I'm definitely going to buy it. If not, I'll just play it on my PS3.
Well, here's the thing. If we do get the physical, are all the games going to be on the cartridge?
No, just the first one you're going to have to download.
With 2 and 3. Yeah. Or it'll be the third one and you have to download 1 and 2. Like they did with Bayonetta. They gave you 2, but 1 you got to download. So
that
dumb.
didn't make any sense. Just put it all in the cart.
I know. Spend the money. Come on. Stop being stingy.
All right, next, the game that I told you you have to play, Dave. You have to play. I nominated it for Game of the Year last year.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And now it's getting an expansion pass. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
Yeah.
And the expansion pass is going to be about $20.
That's expensive, right? That feels a little high.
It is a little high, but the content better be worth it, and it better be story-driven content, not just, more enemies or different game modes. There better be actual story elements to this.
Well, I'm wondering what they could add to it that wouldn't just be more of the same, because that game, like I watched Gerard the completionist, and he said he spent like 1,000 hours to complete that game because there's just so much stuff to do in there, and a lot of it is just grinding for parts and items and replaying stages, and you got to do it with everybody, and then you got to level them all up, and every new game mode is essentially the same thing, as it's just slightly remixed. It's a little bit different. You got to find these parts to put this thing together. Like, what's the thing you were trying to put together?
Well, it's a little robot. I'm trying to speak without spoiling it for you, because I really do want you to play it.
Okay.
But it is a little robot that's significant to the story.
You're right.
That does blow up into like different pieces.
Right. And you have to go and find all that.
I can tell you why, and I can tell you if he gets back together again.
Okay.
But like Humpty Dumpty breaks into a million pieces. He is shaped like a cake, by the way.
Okay.
And then you have to go collect the pieces to put it together to get the secret ending.
Okay.
Right?
Jesus.
So I collected like 2 of them, and I said, I'm not doing that. I'll just Google the secret ending. I don't need to actually do
Yeah. You just watch it on YouTube.
Yeah. Little high, but it better be story elements. Will I buy it? That depends on how good the story is. So
Fair enough.
Another game, Apex Legends, coming out March 9th.
Yep.
We've been waiting for that for a while.
Yeah.
Apex Legends wasn't a secret that was coming to the Switch. We just didn't know when.
Right. So now we got Fortnite. I think we got Paladins on there.
Fall Guys, and now
and now this, and then like Knockout City, maybe that Star Wars Hunters. So it's looking pretty good.
So then they cut to an all black screen, and Alanuma said, "No news for Breath of the Wild 2."
I know, everyone was like, "Oh my God, it's Eiji Aonuma. Here we go."
No news for Breath of the Wild 2, but it's still in development. Now, people have said this is not coming out. People said, "Oh my God, we're not getting Zelda 2 this year." He never said that. He said we'll know more about it later in the year. They'll talk more about it later in the year.
Right.
It's still possible that it's a holiday game. It's a Christmas game.
I hear what you're saying. I feel like if they're gonna announce it, they would wait till E3 time and put it out
100%.
Put it out during the holidays. Put it out at Christmas.
100%.
It'll be the top selling game to come out. So I don't doubt that it could come out. I certainly hope it does. That would be awesome if we got Breath of the Wild 2 this year.
Well, we got to get through March, which is the end of the Mario celebration, and then after that we'll get into the Zelda celebration. Right?
Yep.
And that's when they'll talk more about Breath of the Wild 2. And I think the game is going to come out at the end of the year. So. But they did have some Zelda news. They announced that Zelda Skyward Sword HD It's coming out July 16th, and we're gonna have Zelda Skyward Sword themed Joy-Cons too.
They look super dope. I'll admit I never played Skyward Sword, so I'm kind of excited. But I do know that people don't have this game very highly regarded in the pantheon of Zelda games.
Oh, listen, it's high.
A lot of people were upset with it.
It's high on the list. It's high on the one of the worst Zelda games list.
Yeah. I mean, it's up there with Zelda 2 for a lot of people. Yeah, and I think
in fact, some people put it number 1 as far as worst Zelda games because at least Zelda 2 you could play it, right?
Right.
Like if you don't want to do motion controls, then you're not playing this game.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a problem. People hated the motion controls, so I get that. I get that. So now they like reworked it all, so you don't have to use motion controls, which is awesome, right? You can just play it. Because how do you play it on the Switch Lite with motion controls? You don't. So they had to find a way.
You're just going to be swinging a Switch Lite around.
Oh my God!
You're just going to be swinging Switch
till it goes flying out the window. Oh.
They're going to have to put the warning sign when you play the game that you have to put the Switch Lite around your wrist, right? You're going to have a band around it, just like they did the Wii remote, right? So same thing. You just start chucking the Switch Lite around. That'd be nice. I'm excited. I never played this game either. I want to see it. This is timeline-wise. This is the first Zelda game.
Yep.
Right. So I'm excited to see how it all started in the sky. In the sky.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything. I know a lot of people go in depth of what they want changed. I don't know about what I want changed because I never played the first one, or the original. But after the Direct, there was a massive leak that at some point they will announce whenever there's a Zelda themed Direct this year, because we know we're going to get it. It was leaked that we're going to get Wind Waker and we're going to get Twilight Princess HD announced for the Switch. And it's probably going to be a combo pack.
That all makes sense because they basically did all the work for the Wii U, right?
Yeah.
They made the HD version, so they have all those assets. They just need to, tweak some stuff, put it on a single cart for the Switch, and you're good to go.
Now, my question is, wouldn't that be kind of annoying? It's like, why didn't they just make a triple pack with Skyward Sword on it? Right? I mean,
that would be
how big are the games? I think if they would have said, hey, we have Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess, and Wind Waker HD triple pack, I think
that'd be amazing.
People would have been a little bit more excited.
100%. Although I would assume that one, if not two, of those games would be downloaded. Because Nintendo's not going to be able to put them all on one cart for whatever reason. So I'm if it means that the games are all going to be physical, I'm okay with the two separate releases, less of a fanfare as it is.
Well, don't make it all separate. Don't make me buy the Wind Waker HD
and then also buy the other one. Yeah,
Twilight Princess. Yeah, no, don't do that. But that's not it. That's not all. They had one more thing to announce, and they lied to us because they said this Direct was all about games coming out in 2021, but they gave us a sneak peek into 2022. And we're getting Splatoon 3.
Yep.
Which I want crazy. I was like, it's Splatoon 3. Nope. Nope. It's not an expansion.
See, that's what I thought it was. I was like, what is this Desert Town expansion to Splatoon 2?
No. I love Splatoon. I knew it was Splatoon 3 because it's been 4 years. It'll be 5 years.
That's right. It was a launch year game.
Yes. It came out in 2017. This is coming out in 2022. It'll be 5 years between games. So I knew this was Splatoon 3. I don't know what new things they're going to add. I didn't dissect it. You know why? Because I want to be surprised. So,
right. Oh yeah. I know. You know. People are like, I see this and this thing, and that means this is going to be in there. No,
I want to be surprised.
Just wait. I'm with you. I'm
a big Splatoon fan. And I loved Splatoon 2. I liked Splatoon, the original. Didn't have a lot of single player stuff. I mean, it was the Wii U's multiplayer game.
Yep.
Right. So it didn't have a lot of single player stuff. I got the single player DLC for Splatoon 2. my love grew just because it was the only thing I had to play on the Switch at the time, because it came out in the summer. It was the only game to play during the summer.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with it. So I am super excited about it. So Dave, first Direct is in the bag, 2021.
It's pretty good. Pretty good Direct, honestly.
I was going to say, how do you feel about it? How would you rate it? What would you rate it?
I thought it was great. I mean, it was 50 minutes. I think we covered all, if not just about all of the announcements that came out, and not every presentation is going to be for everybody. What I mean by that is, like, certain things aren't going to hit, right? Topia, I could care less about, but there was a lot of things that hit for me in this, and they had a bunch of stuff that was coming out. They had some new announcements like Splatoon 3. The HD version of Skyward Sword, which, I was kind of cool about. Mario Golf, brand new golf entry, right? So, like, to say there wasn't new stuff here is, it's a little bit disingenuous. If it's the things that you didn't get that's upsetting you, it's like, well, okay, you can say that, but this was definitely pretty jam-packed with stuff. So
this is what I hate. This is. They preface when they put the Direct out. They said this is only for games come out in the first half of 2021, right? We know that they're not going to put their heavy hitters out right now, right? We know, of course, we've had so many partner Directs that we're going to get some partner games and some third-party games in here, but they just have to. It's 50 minutes long. They have to.
Yep.
And it goes back to what I told you in 2020. I got tired of seeing the 10-minute partner Directs that they spread out throughout the year. Just wait and put them all together and make one big Direct. And they did that.
And this was that. Yeah, this was that.
And I can't be mad at that. I am super happy, right? Like I said put all the partner Directs and end with the Mario theme thing, right? Same thing here. You put all the partner, all the third-party games sort of at the forefront, and then you announce, Skyward Sword, you went out Skyward Sword and Splatoon 3 at the end. I listen. I thought this was a good Direct. I really enjoyed it. Was it the best? No, because the best is yet to come.
Well,
I think E3 time we're gonna get a super Direct. Now, I hope and wish and pray we had a Switch Pro in there.
Oh, well, yeah. I would have wanted. I would have wanted Metroid Prime Trilogy to be announced. I would have wanted Odyssey 2 to be announced. A new Donkey Kong game. I mean, there's lots of things that people were waiting for. But yeah, you're not always going to get those, right? They're in the works. They said Breath of the Wild 2 is in the works. They're still working on it.
We're gonna get that guaranteed. They're gonna knock our socks off during E3, right? And even Reggie Fils-Aimé, former president of Nintendo. Right,
it's so weird to say.
Still weird to say. Doug Bowser. We don't hear much from him. He doesn't tweet a lot. Every time he tweets, I get the little notification. Doug Bowser, first tweet in a while, right?
Right.
You should check it out. Reggie thinks that E3 2021 should be a little bit more interactive with the fans, right? Because it's mostly there for people to get their hands on the game. Like E3 is a trade show just by nature it's a trade show, but it's there so people can get their hands on games to preview games. If it's a digital show, people can't actually get their hands on games. So he thinks it should be a little bit more interactive with fans to get the hype up since, they can't have a traditional E3. And I gotta be honest, I don't disagree with him.
Yeah.
We should. And he name dropped Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest as, it should take some inspiration from that, because Summer Games Fest had a whole thing of demos on the Xbox.
Yep.
Right? Throughout the summer.
Yep. Like, what better way to say, hey.
Well, which contributed to our indie game spotlight. We had a lot of them over the summertime.
I know.
I played a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're right.
Way.
I think you're right, because, I mean, obviously we're not there with the vaccine for the pandemic yet. So safety is paramount. So you can't have a physical conference or whatever, right? A physical game show, right? Because that's just going to be disaster. So yeah, I agree. Make it like digital. Make all the fans involved. I like what they did last year. I thought it was cool. We got announcements all summer long. We got time to digest stuff. Some presentations were better than others. Cough, cough, Microsoft. Not so great. But, yeah, I mean, I think that's the way to do it.
Microsoft's first, they're sort of like third partners showing.
Right. It was a little rough.
The second one was okay. The second one was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, it really kind of took some time for people to recognize, like, okay, here's the things we should do, here's the things we shouldn't do. And I think each presentation got better and better. I thought the Game Awards was done really well. I thought that was a good digital presentation. But
yeah, I didn't like the Game Awards so much. I thought it could have been better. But I did. And Summer Games Fest, again, he's learned. Jeff Keighley said he's learned from the past last year that Summer's Game Fest is not going to be all summer long. It's just going to be that block of time of June, all June. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure he has things lined up now because he had time to plan for it. Which last year was just
kind of off the cuff. It was like, hey guys, do you want to? I'm doing a thing. Do you want to be involved? And they're like, yeah.
But I guess the end result is I agree with Reggie. They should have a little bit more fan involvement, and we should have demos for some of these games. Mm-hmm. Right? So I definitely agree.
Yeah. All right. I think that about does it. That is episode 258 in the books, folks. And I want to thank you guys for doing all the good stuff that you do and listening to us and commenting and liking on all our stuff. And if you want to interact with us, and we know that you do, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. And finally, we are part of the Gaming Podcast Alliance. Check out all the fine podcasts featured on there if you're looking for more gaming goodness at gamingpodcastalliance.com. So, please listen, like, rate, review, and subscribe. And as always,
keep gaming.